Yo, what's going on, boys, over at YouTube? How you boys doing today? Hope you're doing great. Today we are going to be talking about a perk from Dead by Daylight, specifically a Laurie Strode perk. Now, there's two out of her three perks that are rather controversial in the Dead by Daylight community as a whole. But out of the two, I chose this one because I personally really dislike this perk. However, I will come back to that in a little bit. But let's just start from the top, shall we? The name of the perk is Object of Obsession, and basically this perk allows you to see the killer's aura from 50, I believe it's 56 meters when you're not the obsession, up to 72 meters when you are. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether those are the right numbers or not, so please, for the love of God, don't hold me to it, please. For God's sakes, check the wikis, check the official sources for real numbers. But anyway, this perk allows the survivor that has it equipped to see the killer's aura within this range when they're not in the undetectable status, either from a perk, a add-on, or a power, etc, etc. Basically, as long as you're not undetectable when you're the killer, they can see you. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what's the big deal? I don't see the problem here. The problem here is, especially if you're a killer that takes time to set up, say like Trapper, they're gonna see where you're setting up, and they're gonna know where all your stuff is. They're gonna go around and they're going to break every single bit of what you've made up. And if you're playing Freddy, oh dear God help you if you're playing Freddy. As a survivor, when you're playing against Freddy in Dead by Daylight, you either passively fall asleep, or when Freddy hits you, he drags you into the dream world. And basically, if you're running Object and you go into the dream world, you have permanent sight on Freddy at the cost of being weak to all his blood snares / fake pallets, depending on what the person's using. So yeah, Freddy and setting up killers that take time to set up, are the worst affected by them, by the perk. But otherwise, when the survivors are in the terror radius, aka the heartbeat range, the auras disappear, and you basically do have some sort of surprise, but it's sort of gone as well, if that makes sense. And it's just like, oh well, what's the fucking point? You already knew I was coming. You're probably halfway across the map by now. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I don't mind the survivors having a bit of a head start, yeah, like that's fine. Go ahead, you spine chill, give yourself a little bit of a head start. Maybe blend if you want to. I don't give a shit as long as I find you, right? Like them kinds of perks like spine chill, yeah, piece of piss, mate. Don't even worry about it. But Object is, it's so broken, and if you're dealing with more than one person using Object, you've basically lost without even starting. And if there's a 4-man all running Object, ouch, I feel bad for you, buddy. So now that I've said all this, I guess I should share my personal experience of it. I've come across a range of players using Object of Obsession, but it's, for a majority of it, it's mostly been survive with friends, which I don't have a problem people playing together. You want to play together, go ahead. Yeah, like that's them having their fun, you know. But if they're bringing more than one object of obsession, where's the fun for me? You know, like, it's all well and good you guys having fun, but the other side, we want to have fun too. Yeah, like, bring an object if you want to, but you don't really need more than one. You know. Anyways, I'm getting off track. My personal experiences with it, I've lost multiple games to it. I've also won multiple games against people using objects of obsession, including a couple of times when there's been more than one object too. However, these instances of coming across more than one object player have been few and far between, and I believe only the once have I ever actually come across a whole team all using object. As for me personally, as much as I find the perk scummy, I am willing to put my hands up here and admit that I have used the perk in the past, and I will probably use the perk again in the future. However, I have my reasons behind using it. My main reasons being I wanted to get the challenges done in the archives, so I was using that to get the killers to chase me. I was specifically targeting the killers that I could get to chase me, if that makes sense. So I was getting myself healed and then looking at them, teabagging, you know, trying to get their attention basically. And at times it worked. It helped me get the challenges done. But as soon as the challenge was done, the perk was taken off, and I just completely redone my build completely, you know. So now that we're about 7 minutes in, how can I suggest to change the perk now that all the bitching and moaning and shit's out the way? No, we weren't thinking that, you're just stupid. Not as stupid as you sound, mate. Anyways, I would suggest that if they're going to do anything to the perk, I would suggest they treat it sort of along the lines of like alert, but instead of having a instant use, it's, say you get 15 to 20 seconds use out of the perk, right? And then it's on a 60 second cooldown, yeah? And they can just do what they always do, slap a band-aid fucking status on there and call it a day. They've done it before and they'll do it again. But yeah, that is what they could do. They could change the perk so it has a cooldown. You can still use it, like you can use the perk how it was used before, look at the killer, see their aura and all that, yeah? But instead of being able to see it permanently, you only get to see it for 20 seconds at a time, and then you got a 60-second wait before you can use it again. Like, that's just something I'm coming up with off the top of my head, yeah? You don't have to use the 20 seconds all in one go. You can use 5 seconds at the start, and you can save the rest for later on. Or you can use it all at the start, get his attention, get him to follow you, sort of thing. However, for killers such as Wraith, Ghostface, Tier 1 Myers, I think it would have to stay how it's working now. So it would light up, but because you're not seeing no auras, it wouldn't count down. I think that would make it fair. But I don't know, man. I'm just throwing suggestions out there. Then they're falling on deaf ears, but it's something, I guess. Someone may listen to this and be like, yeah, he's that Jim Bob. He's got a point. He's fucking smart. He is. Yeah, they're gonna sound exactly like that. They're gonna speak all broken English and everything. But yeah, uh, so that's about it for the video today, guys. I'm sorry if I bored you with me yapping on. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know your thoughts on the perk now that I've described it to you, and just, yeah, let me know if you liked it, disliked it. Subscribe if you wanna. This is me, Jim Bob, and I'm out of here. See you later, boys. Hey guys, Editor Jim here. As you can see, the current footage that's being shown is me playing against a Oni using the perk Object of Obsession. Now, at the minute, I am in close proximity, but as you saw earlier, I was seeing his aura and you could see how far away he was. Like, this is how ridiculously overpowered the perk is, and I was able to do that consistently through the match, mind you. He was on me for about 3/4 of it, so that helped me with the challenge that day. But yeah, I just thought I'd leave this in here, and yeah, I'm out for good now.